With us today on Island Focus is Tyler dos Santos-Tam, who is the chair of the Democratic Party of Hawaii. Mahalo for taking the time to be with us, Tyler.
Of course. Thanks for the invitation to participate.
You know, we have a few minutes on this show to have you explain a little bit more about the Democratic Party, what the values are, what you view the role of government, and also what does the party envision for Hawaii?
Of course. Well, the Democratic Party of Hawaii is the dominant party here and has been since 1954. And if we go back to that history of plantation workers standing up for their rights, for working people, for the conditions that they faced and the struggles that they had for their jobs, for housing, you know, really making a living here in Hawaii, those values have carried forward to today. And so our party is really about helping everybody succeed. And that is really the motivating goal behind the policies that we're pushing currently at the legislature, whether it's increasing our minimum wage, whether it's making sure that everyone here has a quality job that lets them put a roof over their head and provide for their family, or whether it's to ensure that we have a clean environment. You know, this is about making sure that we have the best quality of life possible here in the islands.
And when the party envisions the future of Hawaii, especially now as COVID has changed so much, what would that look like?
You know, I think we have to go back again to 1954 and how people solved problems then. It's that they brought everyone together, from working class people on the plantations, and they went on strike, they rallied, and they brought to the table, you know, folks from the other side to come up with solutions that would work. And here in COVID, I think those lessons are really relevant and prescient for today. We do have to bring everyone together, and people have to care about each other. And I worry that with the, you know, spiking cases, we've seen examples of, you know, folks breaking quarantine and really showing a disregard for the health and well-being of others. Moving forward, it is really about bringing people together and coming up with solutions that work, not just for the individual, but for us collectively as a whole.
And you mentioned, you know, as the dominant party for so long in Hawaii, how might that change the view of government, or how might it maintain the same?
Yeah, so, you know, one really impressive thing about the Democratic Party is we are very diverse. I mean, we have people from the very progressive side who are out there fighting for Medicare for all and, you know, other very bold causes. And we have some other folks who, you know, approach this with a different view and say, well, you know, we should be very careful and deliberate in how we proceed. And I think those fights play out every year at the legislature. But they're fights worth having, and they're discussions worth having. And we can't simply adopt a knee-jerk policy. We really need to, again, bring everyone together and get them moving in the same direction. And that's what we try to do on the party level. We have these amazing internal discussions that sometimes last for hours, but they're all rooted in the idea that the product that comes out at the end has everybody's input and, you know, can move us all forward, and we can all agree on those principles and goals.
When you look at the role of the Democratic Party, whether it's the majority or has been the longevity, what might you say on behalf of your party to the listening audience?
Well, this year is not the year to sit on the sideline. This is the year to get involved. We see all around the country, I think, a movement of people who are tired of the past 4 years, who want to really make a change. And that change is made by voting. It's made by volunteering. It's made by having tough conversations with your friends and neighbors about issues, about the struggles that they face in their lives. And really, we would encourage folks, even here in Hawaii, to do the same. There are really important races at stake here, whether it's a race for Honolulu mayor or individual state house or senate races. Your vote matters. And we saw that in the primary election. Some of the races were decided by only 100 votes. So your voice does make a difference. And we really just encourage people to make sure they're registered. It's easy to do online at hawaii.gov/elections, and make the choice to be a participant and get out there and vote.
We appreciate the time you've taken, Tyler, to be with us today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Aloha.
You've just had a chance to get to know a little better Tyler dos Santos-Tam, who's the chair of the Democratic Party of Hawaii. Mahalo.